needed it so that I could test the other thing. Just know that all I did was read the dialogue back there. How about now? Is that better? River? How's the audio now? That was actually a good time to test, in fact. Okay. You went for an out. Let's try that again. You went out for a haircut this early in the morning? What are you making there? Rabbits. Did you see the rabbit I left for you? Yeah? Tell me about that rabbit. Huh? Describe the rabbit. It was yellow. What else? A bit puffy? And? Well, it's just a paper rabbit. I don't know how else to describe it. You're acting strange, River. Something wrong? River? I don't know about you, but I'm getting some inverse deja vu. I think I know of her condition, but this is rather odd for even that. You think she's... Do you? Perhaps. Who knows? But like you said, she's not our client. Let's just get paid, or let's just get what we're paid for over with. Platypus. That's the token. So this is the day she started it, huh? Many long strands of orange hair. So she cut her own hair. Oh, baby grand. How the heck did they move this thing upstairs? Who knows? But I bet it'd be a piece of cake for the TARDIS. Not really. can't even get it through its door. True. Well, that settles it. Moving pianos is a pain in the arse for everybody. Probably take an entire episode to get it inside. I wouldn't mind seeing such an episode. Me neither. Sounds pretty epic. So yes, they are dorks. Just like the rest of us. There's the... Why can't... That one, isn't? The yellow paper rabbit. Dear Lord. Not again. Alright, there we go. If you haven't seen the first part of this game, I highly encourage going back and watching it because it's a really story-based game, and I don't think missing out on it's going to give nearly the impact. Now, I can say, having seen this game numerous times, it still gets me. I mean, it's still, any time... Oh crap, I did the wrong one. If I had done the right one, this would have been easy, but I'm a doofus and I did the wrong direction. This game hits me emotionally in every single way, every single time I see this. And so I wanted to play it and share it with you guys, because it's probably one of the games that I wanted to stream the most. And it's a blind playthrough for me. It is not blind story-wise, but I have never played the game through. I did the very first up to the boulder on the stairs section, and then that's where I stopped because I was kind of testing to see if it would work, because I wanted someone else to try it who lived in this household, and I was testing to make sure it would work on their computer, and that's all the more I've done of this game. This is where the house used to be, isn't it? The house that never should have been? I mean, really. So, what is it about unusually high and dangerous places that attract people? Note, acrophobia. Well, they're still like teenagers, or maybe in their 20s at this point. Is that why you approached me back then? Yeah. What about now? I suppose it's just a part of it. Look, it was a long time ago. It's not too relevant now. But Izzy said I should tell you the truth. I shouldn't have tainted our first meeting like that. Oh no, he's got a mustache. What's that? A hacky sack? Can you throw as far as where Enya's at? I don't know. You want me to try? Would you? River! Are you insane? Get away from there! I think this memory isn't too far from the last. Think they may be connected? Probably. Why'd she cut her hair anyway? I like long hair. And I will also say this. I know a lot of the things, obviously, because I've seen this so many times, but I know bits of it kind of like the back of my hand. And, like, other than humming the music you'll hear me do probably a lot, I want to try and keep everything as blind for you guys as possible, so I will not be announcing, like, oh, this is very important, you know, kind of stuff. I think I kind of did in my first video, but I feel like that might cheapen the experience for someone who's experiencing it for the first time. So I'm really going to try and avoid that. That's not the thing. But that's always the thing. Well, it's not always the thing. There's plenty of times where it's not the thing. This story, though, is probably one of my favorite stories, and I'll go into more detail about that whenever I'm finished, because I really feel like some of it would be a huge spoiler simply by announcing my opinions of the story, not even going into any detail about anything, just my thoughts on the story. I feel like could spoil it. So I'm gonna try my best to keep things as blind as I can. You might hear me, you know, like get a little bit vocally excited or whatever, but it's not on purpose. Oh, is it the lighthouse? You can just go, I guess. That's supposed to happen. Am I supposed to be out here? I don't know. I don't think so. This looks like it's looping over here. Well, maybe. I do feel like I glitched it though. Yeah, I must have glitched it there. Well, if I can get in contact with Kangao, I might like, hey, oh, it's the backpack. Honestly, I didn't even see the backpack. It's really camouflaged with the grass there. Mochila. Great! Alright, well that means you too, Dark. You don't spoil it either. Everyone with it is different, John. Just because she and I share the syndrome doesn't mean we share the same head. But you must be able to help somehow. Everything was okay at first, but now she's more aloof than before. Even when we're in the same room, she's never really there. It's starting to take a toll on me. I just don't know how to take it anymore. Well, I can't speak for her, but many of us do long for connections. Though, being able to articulate it is a different story. Just because she struggles to express it doesn't mean she doesn't feel anything. She's still there, right? Sometimes you just have to have faith that she cares. That's pretty difficult to do, day in and day out. I know. Wait, why do you seem so normal, Izzy? I mean, don't you have the same condition? For one, I was diagnosed with it when I was still young. With effort, it's not impossible to acquire a guise of social norms systematically. But you know what? I both envy and pity River. Me, I'm an actress because I've been doing it all my life. Not only on stage, but off stage. And at practically every moment. I've gotten good at it because acting is the only option I have. It's the only way for me to be normal. But River, she never did that. She remained an outcast and refused to learn to step against it. I don't know if it was by choice or by limit, whether bravery or cowardice. There are days when I just can't stand faking it anymore. And then I realize that it's too late. The Isabelle that people know is all an act, and the real me has long become a stranger. I think in the end, I just envy her. Huh. I've never met a woman with it before. And technically, you still haven't met one. This isn't part of our business. Let's move. But, like, I'm going to talk about my interpretations of certain things when I get done as well. Because one thing I can say about this is it totally does give certain things an up to the interpretation. And certain things are much more clever than I think it first lets itself on to be. The world would be a lot more beautiful if people just remembered faces more. Because some of the things that like, anything new today? No. What are you rereading there? The Emperor's New Clothes? I loved this when I was young. Still do, huh? Of course. Just for different reasons. When I was a kid, I loved the Animorph series. I know, your mother gave you a book from it as a wedding present. Yeah, that was one odd wedding present. I guess I was pretty obsessed with it when I was a kid. Why haven't you read them since? Hmm? I saw them. They're collecting dust in the garage. Well, I just grew out of them, I guess. I mean, they're children's books. What's wrong with reading children's books? They're comforting. I suppose so. I think I'm going to get this one. But yeah, certain things, I feel like someone who's just, passive, or maybe who doesn't know the connections to everything, might overlook certain things that are actually pretty significant. I mean, like, one for example that I can say because they've actually just kind of mentioned it here, anyone who has the literary knowledge of what the Emperor's New Clothes is would already know this, just by looking at this whole situation, and especially with the conversation that's happened in the previous room. The Emperor's New Clothes, if you don't know, it's something that you probably know, but there's a chance you might not know it, kind of like I never read The Red Badge of Courage when I was in school, despite the fact that I was told that was one that everybody reads. The Emperor's New Clothes is about a story of an emperor who wants to have he makes this deal with someone who says they're going to make him the most amazing clothes ever. So I don't remember the setup, but the takeaway is what I remember is the clothes, quote unquote, that he's wearing is nothing. He's wearing no clothes. But because of the intimidation and the fact that you don't want to speak against the emperor, everybody just goes by, oh, well, he's wearing the most beautiful clothing I've ever seen, you know. They all just act like, you know, he's wearing actual clothing and that it's amazing and the most beautiful thing and stuff like that. And one day a kid finally, because a kid doesn't have the same social expectations as other people, the kid says, but he's not wearing anything. And everyone kind of reacts tensely and nervously, and at that point he realized this whole time he's been walking around naked, thinking that, you know, he was wearing his full clothes, but nobody would say anything. And it's kind of this thing where everybody's putting on the act that a certain thing is the way it's supposed to be when it's not, and that he's convinced that, you know, a certain way of being is the right way when it's not. And I'm guessing that the implied syndrome is Asperger's. They don't, to my knowledge, ever say it outright. I believe, though, that's what they're trying to let on. It would make sense, kind of the quirks and the way she acts. I could see it being Asperger's. But the things Isabel is saying is kind of her interpretation that is very similar to something you could interpret out of the Emperor's New Clothes. And you can see it from both sides, both the everyone acting a certain way to gain the approval of those in power, which for someone who has Asperger's, anyone who doesn't have the psychological disabilities might be seen as being in power because they have, you know, full control over themselves and can be who they are, and they will be accepted socially for that fact. Whereas someone who has Asperger's, you know, they have to put on this veil and act a certain way to be approved of socially, which, again, you know, you could be outcast for going against what the emperor said. But on the other side, also the child could be interpreted as being related to that of Asperger's, because the kid doesn't have those same understandings of social expectations and blurts out something that someone might find offensive when all they're doing is speaking their honest mind. And someone who doesn't have the same grasp on social norms might not realize that being completely honest sometimes isn't the best policy. And so both sides of The Emperor's New Clothes really work very well for the idea of what's going on with this story of her having Asperger's. If that is indeed what she has, it could be another similar kind of syndrome or even just autism in the general sense, with a less precise definition than Asperger's in particular. But so The Emperor's New Clothes, on my first viewing of the entire thing, I didn't really get much of it. I just thought it was, you know, a book that they liked, and then I kind of sat down and analyzed it instead, where I was kind of thinking about, well, why would this be the one they picked? And the more I kind of looked at what was going on and, you know, analyzed the situation and understood kind of more about what her quirks meant and what the syndrome was that they were speaking of and things like that. Yeah, I guess you could say that, Dark. I am an English major. Um, the the connection really kind of started to blossom, that there was like a real specific reason for this. And I might get into this later with other things. I might have this kind of, you know, literary analysis kind of thing with response to the game. But I really do, like, I love the story of this game. I genuinely am thrilled by the quality of the story in this game. And so I spent a lot of time, you know, paying attention to it because, you know, it mattered to me. It's significant. This game to me is fantastic, and there's definitely a reason I wanted to share it, especially now that it's getting close to Christmas and I want to add that other thing in of the Christmas, the extra Christmas thingy that'll be coming up closer to Christmas. I want to be sure to get this done because you will see more of some of these characters, and knowing them from this game's standpoint will help kind of develop that character knowledge and maybe make the Christmas thing have more impact to a viewer. I'm not yours. You are not mine. Be my anti-Valentine. Hey, River! This one's not that corny. River? But what about David's? He's my favorite character. I don't know. What are you talking about? Animorphs. Have you read it? No. Yes. Really? Sort of. Oh. Oh! Do you know what animal is David's main morph? Um... Oh, I gotta remember. Is it Cobra? Oh yeah! A Cobra! I really wish they kept the old covers instead of these plain sheets. Those were cool. I remembered it, you guys! Look at that! Tobias Hawk, Rachel Grizzly, Jake Tiger, Marco Gorilla, David Cobra, Cassie Wolf. Why? Oh, just wondering. You could have just Googled it. Oh, it's the book. 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 Ooh. What do we got here? I am not gonna do this in par, probably, because I don't even see... Yeah, I blew it. Oh, I definitely blew it there, because I did that backwards. Quit it! Ah! It won't let me select the right thing. That ruined everything. Everyone's leaving already? But I just got here! Seems to happen to you a lot at parties. Oh, save your childish jabs for the insecure. Gotta go up north. Because I'm sure you know this place well by now. The majority of the plot ties are going to come from that same place, because obviously it has some personal significance to them. It's right, though, that I would be the one who glitched my favorite, like, story. As I did. There's the book again. Arranged Animorphs book. What are you rip at, Xander? It can't be that you're going to bed, because you still have a half hour for that. I feel like it's supposed to be a talk to them, but for some reason it wasn't working. Because I know what they say. I might not say the dialogue correctly, but I know what they say. I know the gist of what they say. Because I know they talk. There's something on the table I'm not seeing. Oh, the pickled olives, duh. That's the pickled olives. I feel la fromage. But where's the mouse? That's the corniest remark you've made all night. Don't you mean cheesiest remark? Wow. There we go. There it is. Do you feel any different? Now that we got the rings on, I mean? No. Why? Do you? Actually, yeah. I think so. What is it like? It's just different. Just the responsibilities, I suppose. Responsibilities. Do you like the name Anya? Would you like to name her Anya? I understand. Yeah, Anya's a good name for her. Hey! Come with me! Can't be a good idea. I'll probably trip and fall. Don't worry. Just follow my steps. Ow! My ass! I think you stepped on my toes. Sorry. Come on, let's try again. To promise, to love and to comfort, to honor and to keep in sickness and in health, for as long as you shall live? I do. And do you take this man, standing before you, to be your lawfully wedded husband? To promise, to love and comfort, to honor and to keep in sickness and in health, for as long as you shall live? Yes. By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you Mr. and Mrs. Wiles. Ah, the wedding. Yeah. What did you think it was? I'm just bad at weddings, that's all. Fluids tend to escape from my eyes. Didn't know you were that sentimental. Oh, did I say eyes? I meant my mouth. By fluids, I meant both fluids and solids. That's a lovely image. Thanks, Neil. Come, let's find a way to get out of here. All this happiness and joy is really putting you off too, huh? No. I just don't like watching people make mistakes. Sheesh, whatever happened to just take it moment by moment? So there is no interacting with John in this scene. Oh, better go see how your aunt is doing. Alright, Ma, tell her thanks for coming. I will. I'm so proud of you, Joey. Joey? Oh, that's my grandpa's name. He passed away before I was born. Ma called me by it as a nickname. How come you never told me about it? Because I'd rather you call me John. Ugh, not another sentimental grandparent childhood. What do you have against those, anyway? I mean, you sure talk about your grandfather a lot. What? No, I don't. Whatever you say. Alright, so now... Is the cake one? It's not Nick. Maybe it's her? I'm so proud of Joey. Alright, let me see here. Objective. The moon is Johnny's very fun. The song Johnny wrote for the deceased wife. Its title is a placeholder. Johnny's favorite. What River gave to John. Something that Johnny and River apparently didn't have. Johnny's favorite childhood books, and Joey. Johnny's nickname, named after his grandfather. Alright, there we go. Because I wanted to see those, because I think a couple of them, as you get more information, change, and I don't remember whether they say the same thing or whether they just replace it with the new information. Because, like, if it says, you know, like, his favorite food was this. He started eating them when he, you know, like, I don't know whether it does that or whether it just overlaps with the, you know, just be like, he just started eating. Yeah. That was eloquently put, for sure, for Rizzle. Can I go farther back? Oh, I can. Cars everywhere. Can't be helped, River. I'm sure they didn't mean to. Come on, we're late. Wait, is that a rabbit? Is this the source of all those folded paper ones? Why would she obsess over some roadkill? Not to mention so many years later. Don't ask me, you are the woman here. I'll be convinced that I'm the only one when you do a cordless bungee jump. Come on, River, we're late. Alright, so... You know it's a fantastic wedding when the memento is roadkill. Hey. Maybe she saw it as a metaphor for the terrible marriage. So years later, she began folding rabbits because she was reminded of how rotten it was. Or, you know, something equally pretentious. Cool story, Neil. Dark. Poor thing. Oh, the roadkills today. Don't you look at me like that. It smells like a farm. And roadkill. Deactivate the scent simulator or get away from here already. Oh, this part's great. Dart! Whoa! Don't do it. Don't do what? You know what? Don't not ride this horse? Are you 5 years old? Okay, I won't not ride it. Yeah! Quit wasting time, Neil. Oh crap! That can't be good. Ah! Do something! Don't just stand there! Help me! Damn it. This was not in the job's description. It's just gonna say an idiot because I have a feeling it's gonna say an idiot. Village idiot! I was right. Yes. I thought it said something else. Wasn't there another one? Yeah, dead rabbit. Roadkill on Johnny and River's wedding day. Is that really a good idea? She should be okay. She's not new to this anymore. But she's never done it by herself before. I'll be fine. I'm not a child. Ah! River! What's the matter? Let's go! Hey, wait up! Cut off that horsey. Ava! That'd be enough. Why is he backwards? This is about 19% more than I can handle. Oh, moron. Oh, what the corn cob. This game has weird expletives. This is, I think, the only time this song plays. I might be purely wrong on that, but I don't think it plays again. And I love this one. It's not actually the very good loop. Not every track has loop. A nice loop to it. Ah, don't get stuck on things, please. Thanks! Ow. Here, that'll do. I'm not getting on that horse again. Let's go get the rest of the memory links. No, I don't need to. What? Don't do that to me. Boo. Is the diagnosis certain? Yes, we've reached a consensus on the results. Unfortunately, like many cases of pervasive developmental disorders, this is a rather late diagnosis. Had you known when you were a child, Ms., I could have saved you a lot of trouble. Do you have any books on it? It's done by Tony Atwood. He's one of the specialists on this subject. You can borrow it free of charge for now. Just don't elope with it. Oh, yep, that's your answer. It is Asperger's. Tony Atwood is, like, the professional on it. Now, are you two a couple? Unmarried and without any other current legal affiliation? Yes, I see. Well, I could give you a referral to a specialized counselor if you wish. Is there anything unsettling in the relationship? No. And you, sir? No, it's fine. Nonetheless, sir, you should give the book a read. It'll help you understand her condition. I'd rather not. Why is that? Well, it's your call. In the meantime, there's a thing called equine therapy that might help her. A ranch just north of here offers it. I can contact them for you. Told you so. Author on a series of books on River's condition. Excuse me, could you please silence the clock? Ticking really bothers her. It's not that severe, it'll be okay. No problem, it's a standard policy. If there's anything at all that makes you uncomfortable, just let me know. Thank you. Huh, I guess that explains the ones in the house. Something River can't stand. What do you think is the... Yeah! Just a bit longer. They'll be calling for you soon. It's the book. guess I can't look at the book. There's the bag. Plain tawny handbag. Ah, arm itches, sorry. This plant? Oh, it's the platypus. I didn't see the platypus over there. I have the screen on small. I have it on windowed mode, and there's only one size for this window, so I can't see the smaller details very well now. Can't believe this atrocity is dated all the way back here. Looks like someone took good care of it. She's still got a pretty bad taste in animals, though.